Hola, I'm Rach, and along with my husband John and son Alfie, we sold everything in the UK to start a new life here in sunny Spain. This channel is all about family life, week by week, sharing the highs and the hurdles. We are here to help with tips on tackling the digital nomad visa and Spanish bureaucracy and everything we have learnt along the way. If you are dreaming of moving here or love a good sunshine-filled story, we'll be sharing it all. So hit subscribe, grab a cuppa or a sangria and join us on this adventure. Hola, welcome back to our channel, Hola Spanish Lifestyle. So in this week's video we thought we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to get the family together and we're going to talk about British versus Spanish habits and what we have kept from the UK and what we have ditched and our new habits out here in Spain. So I hope you enjoy this video. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So for anybody who's new here and who hasn't seen any of our previous videos, my name's Rachel.
My name's Alfie.
And my name's John.
And we're a family of three who sold everything in the UK to move out here to Spain. In this week's video we thought we'd do it a little bit different and just do a chat to see some of the habits that we have kept with us since moving from the UK and some of the new habits here in Spain. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's chat about what foods we miss from the UK.
I really miss Greg's sausage rolls.
Yep, Greg's was a...
And the Greg's pizza as well.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, it's amazing.
And the kebabs over in England were
They're
different to here.
Kebabs are very
Yeah,
different.
they were
In England they're more, well, from where we were anyway, Derby, they were more like a big pita bread, almost like an Indian naan bread, with
Yeah.
like big blocks of chicken. But here they're just like, kind of
a
like one to
chicken
take
wrap.
away.
Yeah, it's like a
that's the
wrap,
wrap.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's thin wrap, small wrap. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So, yeah.
And it doesn't hit the spot like it used to.
No, it doesn't.
It's a shame. I mean, there might be places out here we haven't found anywhere yet that actually do them. Regarding the Greg's sausage rolls, yeah, I kind of miss them too. There is an Iceland here, so I don't know if you can get them in Iceland over here. We
Not
haven't
the
been.
same though, is it?
No, it's not the same when
Not
it's
the same.
fresh. They've got a place called Grania in Spain, which is like the equivalent if you were to have to pick, but it's not kind of fast food. It's more so like fresher
Posh
bakery food. Yeah, it's like a very posh Greg.
Yes,
Which I always kind of don't want. I just want a normal sausage roll.
yeah.
I think the sausages, we've not been able to find a like an English sausage here, and I'm definitely missing the sausages here. In previous videos we went to and we had some German sausages at the Feria, which they were really nice. None of the butchers here or the supermarkets we've been to
We've not found any.
we
of them
found a
quite the
nice
same.
sausage, because I could make my own sausage rolls because you can do the pastry here.
But the sausages aren't the same. They've got a lot of different types of sausage, like chorizo and
Yeah.
jamón ibérico and all that kind of
But
stuff.
strangely enough, when you go to have a breakfast here, there are certain places that do the sausages we know.
Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
Next time you go for an English breakfast,
That's where they
get
got
the
it.
sausages from.
ask them where the sausages are from, and then I can try and replicate a Greg's sausage roll and make stuff. Okay, so other things like Sunday roast. We have done Sunday roast. Not really.
We haven't really ate a lot of English food,
No.
have we?
No.
Not like English meals, typical fish and chips and stuff. We've not really had too much of that. Remember the day of the blackout, we had chippy, because they had their power on and we didn't. There was a blackout in Spain.
Well, one of the only places we could go to
Yeah.
to get some food. Everywhere else was closed, so we did have some chips with curry sauce, which
Wasn't bad.
yeah, they were nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess, for foods. I think we've kind of started eating a bit more fresher. I think the foods here in Spain, especially from the supermarkets, they can, like the chicken and stuff, a lot of the time they are fresher.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's just like a thing in my brain, or if they actually are. But
Yeah.
I think things like fruit, definitely
Yeah.
fruit. If you go to even just Mercadona or a fruteria, it's completely different to England fruit.
And the eggs.
And eggs.
Eggs
yeah.
are far better here.
They're amazing, the eggs here. Everything just tastes fresher, and I guess that's because it's not had to travel so far and it's in season. So yeah, things like beans on toast. So Alfie's friend came out to stay with us. He was craving beans on toast after a couple of days. And you can get beans, you can get Heinz beans out here, but
They're very expensive.
they are, we're not really,
No, not
we're
bothered.
not.
Not bothered about Heinz or beans or anything like that anyway.
No, I think most things you can get out here, or you can get something, you can make nicer meals here. Sunday lunch, we did do a Sunday lunch. To be honest, I didn't miss all the prep of it and the faff of it, and by the time I'd cooked it, I didn't really fancy it anyway. So yeah, I've not really, that's mainly one of the ones, isn't it, like Sunday lunch, but I've not really missed, I don't know,
No.
have you?
No, not really. No.
So another thing, the habit that we've incorporated now we're here in Spain that we weren't doing back in the UK is kind of eating our meals at different times. So in Spain they have their main meal, usually have their main meal at lunchtime, well round about
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, yeah.
So that's pushing later than what we would have for lunch at home, and it's their main meal, which I've enjoyed more because then you're not eating a big meal late at night. And then obviously with their evening meals they're not eating till around 9-10 o'clock at night. So again, it's better I think for us if we have a lighter snack at that time of day. So another thing to talk about is our daily routine out here, and everybody thinks Spanish have their siestas.
Well, I think they do. A lot of them do.
I think in certain places they do, definitely.
I think in terms of siesta time, like everything closes at 3 o'clock. If you're in a city, then no. If you're in a really small town, then everything will close from about 3 to 5 or 2 to 5.
Which we saw last year when we was in different.
We were in a place called Alada, which is a bit more problematic.
I mean, everything was shut, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think almost all of my friends, Spanish-speaking friends, they all do the siesta. They
don't necessarily go to sleep though.
No, they do.
Do they? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Because I thought, and obviously I know it's time to just go and have your meal and rest and things, but I didn't realise that.
Yeah, some of them do.
Maybe we need to
Maybe we should
incorporate that a bit more into our routine then. So another point to think about habits. How it was in the UK. Everything was so fast paced in the UK, and out here it's like I'd say it's a slower pace of life.
More chilled out, especially when you finished your work. Obviously, like you said, we do work online, so we do our hours, but afterwards it does seem less rush to go out or to do something. You know, you take your time when you do things now. So it took time for me to get used to that, but it is a far better way of living.
Or even if you just go for coffee, you're not going for the coffee to just sit there and drink it in 5 minutes. You're going and you're going to sit there for half an hour to an hour drinking the same coffee.
Just chatting to people and just relaxing. So the slower pace of life definitely out here. Sort of times for Ralphie then, what time is your routine change, as in what time you go to bed at night, what time you wake up in the morning?
Well, I definitely got used to sleeping late here, and I wake up, sounds quite bad, for about 10, usually about 10 o'clock, maybe 11 sometimes. But the thing is, if I'm going to go out with my friends or go out on a night out or anything like that, it's not like a job where you go out at 6 in the afternoon and come back at 12 p.m. and go to sleep. No, if you're going out in Spain for a sort of party, you're not going to be leaving until 11 p.m. and coming back about 6 in the morning. So I've kind of had to adapt to that.
Especially the weekends.
I think the first time was a bit of a culture shock for you, wasn't it? However now, it's regular for Alfie to come home at 6-7 o'clock in the morning. We've kind of know the next day. Just let him sleep. So another thing to chat about is how our social life is out here now compared to back in the UK. So do you want to go first, Alfie?
Well, I'd say weird enough, because even though it's a whole different language in Spain, I had to learn it from obviously being here 6 months ago. I learned a little bit in England, but I came here, I learned as much of the language as I could, and weirdly enough, even my first couple of months here, my Spanish wasn't great. However, I met more friends than I ever did in England, from all over the world. I've got friends from Italy, Spain, Paraguay, American, everywhere. So weirdly enough, I found that I've sort of met more people in a foreign country than I ever would have done in England. And I think here as well, you're outside a lot.
Do you think people chat to you more here than they would have back in the UK? Do you think more people are more friendly and approachable and more conversation.
I'd say if you can speak a bit of the language, yeah. I think, yeah, if you try and make an effort, then they will try and speak to you, try and
Make
conversate.
the effort back over.
Yeah. I think, yeah, if you try, then people will speak to you.
So for me and John, obviously we're trying our best to learn Spanish. However, we all find it quite tricky. Alfie's a lot younger and his brain's absorbing it quicker and remembering it. But for us, our social life here compared to back into the UK, so we'd probably go to the pub for a drink.
Yeah. Once a month, if that.
And most of the time it would be indoors.
Yeah.
The weather wouldn't be nice enough to be outside. We'd have friends over and things, but since being here, obviously you're outside a lot more. It feels nicer, doesn't it?
You seem to. I don't know if we were making an unconscious effort over in Spain. We seem to meeting a lot more people in Spain in bars and restaurants than we ever did in the UK.
Yeah.
And that might be us making that effort unconsciously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we're friendlier over here. I'm not going to say that, but I think maybe we're putting ourselves out more to make friends because we had none when we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think obviously we miss our friends so much back in the UK, and like last week's video, they did come out and visit us. We've got other friends coming to visit us, but we are making an effort to make new friends. We've got our favourite places that we go to, and we feel like family there. They include us and everything. We know people's names. Everyone's happy to kind of help us out with our Spanish, and for them to learn a bit of English is good for them as well, isn't it? So I do think we've got more of a social life here than we had back in the UK.
I think when going out we do, because obviously the costs are very different.
I also think because the weather's good, you feel like going out. Rather than just being stuck at home.
You don't want to be hibernating.
Exactly. You almost feel like you should go out if the weather's good. It might be because we've not had weather this good every day of the year really in our lives. But it's almost like, right, let's just go out and do something. Try and find something to do because the weather's good. If you're in England, you're stuck inside. A lot of the time, it's not great weather. And if you do go out, you're probably not in a good mood because it's constantly cloudy.
That's true. I think, you're right there. I think you do tend to go out a lot more when the weather's lovely. You want to be out in it, don't you?
Yeah.
But I do think, personally, for me, people here have been a lot more, friends we've made have been a lot more kind of welcoming. I think
Again, that might be down to the weather as well, because people are happier when it's
that's
sunny.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So transport wise out here, so back in the UK we were running 2 cars. Obviously you've got the expense with that as well. However, where we are now, we wanted to make sure that we moved somewhere where we have got access to transport links. We've got train passes that literally cost us nothing. We can use the train once we've had.
I think we should explain that a little bit in terms that the trains here are pretty much cheap anyway. On the kind of Costa del Sol from Fuengirola towards Malaga, trains are really, really good. But at the moment, with the current government, they have basically put in kind of a benefit that if you are here and you want to use the trains, if you pay €10, you get unlimited travel for 4 months on the train. If you use the train, I think it's 16 times within 4 months, you get your €10 back. So it is basically free transport, and it's something I use all the time. I don't think I even need to drive. I don't need to really. I don't need to learn yet because I've constantly got that train, and it's free. And I have friends from all over this kind of coast area, so
I think, I mean, obviously you use it a lot more than us. However, if we need to get somewhere, we can go on the train, so it's just really handy. And also, that train then links into Malaga, and you can go on the high-speed networks as well. So you can go to Madrid or Barcelona.
They aren't free.
They aren't included in the price. However, it's a good place to be able to travel to then pick up. If you want to go out and go, which we're going to go and do a little bit of exploring. A lot of people have said, "Oh, you've got to get a car," but
I don't think there's a need. I mean, I've driven for over 30 years. Always had a car since I was the age of 17, younger than Alfie. So I thought I'd missed my car.
I think it also depends. obviously you could be living in Spain in the middle of nowhere. You need a car. Even if you live in somewhere like Granada, you need a car. Otherwise, you can't go anywhere.
No, but that's why we
Round
chose
here,
this location.
Yeah. I don't think it goes to the whole of Spain that you don't need a car. It's for this area that we're in.
We're looking. That might change.
Well, when we move inland, obviously, so for now, we don't need a car. We're quite happy not getting stuck in traffic everywhere we go. We're quite happy not having the expense of it as well, really. So yeah, the transport is good, and there's buses. There's regular buses as well. So it doesn't have to be the train. You can catch the bus.
And they're cheap.
Yeah,
fairly cheap.
Yeah, they are. So habits that we don't want to give up since we've moved to Spain from the UK. Are there any habits that you can think of?
No. I mean, we've got everything we want here. I mean, hobby-wise, even the gym. There's a gym around the corner.
Well, that's something we obviously do in the UK. We went to the gym. Here we go to the gym. There's stuff that you always do. But we played pool in England.
We played pool
here.
Probably a lot more here as well. Pool.
Probably do now.
There's something else I miss for the first section that we did at the start of the video. From the UK, if you play pool here, they don't have pool halls.
No,
they just have like
pool
halls.
tables.
Or they have a place called Billar Pool Place, and it's just one big building with loads of tables in there where you have to pay separate coins for each thing. It's like a games room almost. They don't have pool clubs, pool halls.
No, they don't.
That's something else if I just add that.
Okay, that's good to know. I think one thing, I don't know if it's a habit, well I guess it's a habit. In the UK we always say please and thank you and sorry all the time, constantly. You walk in front of someone, sorry. And I think over here I've been doing that, and then people have been saying to me like, just cut that back a bit. You don't necessarily need to keep saying please, thank you, please.
English people are ridiculously polite compared to people in Spain. Obviously they still have manners in like some respects, but they don't say almost thank you or please for no reason. Like English people will say, when you have the time, please could you bring me a coffee? Or when you have the time, please could I get a coffee? And that just sounds normal to English speakers, but here it'd be like, I do have the time, I work here, and of course I'll get you a coffee, I work here. Why would you be asking me if I can get you a coffee?
Just different culture.
But I think personally for me, obviously you're speaking Spanish majority of the time when you're going out, and you're with your friends, and that's just the culture. They don't keep saying please, thank you. But for me, I find it quite difficult because that politeness, just obviously you're still respectful and everything else, but trying to get rid of that sorry, please, thank you constantly. That's one habit that I'm not sure I'll ever get rid of. So I think it's fair to say most of the British habits we have left behind. There are a few ones that we've kept, such as going to the gym and things like that, and not really foods. We've not really kept any foods, have we?
No, have we missed much from the UK by family and friends?
Not a whole lot.
No, not really. Not really. I think it's just really nice to integrate into the culture here, and get involved in it as much as we can. I think we've taken on a lot more Spanish habits than we've kept English habits. I hope that's been interesting for you. Let me know in the comments what habits would you be ditching, or what would be hardest for you to let go of, and what habits you think you'd get into if you were living in Spain. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of our Spanish adventures. Next week is going to be a very interesting week because we're going to let Alfie plan a whole day with no input from us in Spain. You didn't know that one yet?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, that's what's happening. Alfie knows. Alfie's going to do a plan, and we're going to record that, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
So until next week's video, thank you for watching. Hasta luego.